Last year I started creating a lot more shorts on my YouTube channel, and I have to say I learned a lot since starting. But in this video, I'm going to be going over the correct video settings that you want to make sure that your YouTube shorts are set up in, as well as a lot of new features that recently came out inside Premiere Pro that makes editing YouTube shorts a lot easier. So be sure you watch till the very end because there's going to be a lot of great tips in here for YouTube short creators. So without further ado, be sure you hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and let's dive in. So to get started with Premiere Pro 2023 open, we're going to click the Create New Project button. And then at the top left, we're going to just name our project. I'm going to name it YouTube Shorts. And then next to it, Project Location, just click the drop down, click Choose Location. In this case, I'm just going to choose my Downloads folder. Then at the very bottom right, just click Create. Now, one of the latest features inside Premiere Pro is there's actually a new dedicated workspace specifically for vertical videos. To enable it, what you'll want to do is click on the Workspaces button in the top right, then go to Vertical. This will rearrange the Premiere Pro panels, and most notably, it formats the program and source monitor. That way you can preview your vertical videos a lot easier inside Premiere Pro. The next step is to actually import your assets to create your YouTube short. To do that, click on the project panel and then go to File, Import. Select the recorded videos and then click the Import button. In my case, since I'm a tutorial channel, what I have here in the project panel is a video of me doing my tutorials and then a screen record as well as an audio clip. So the next part in creating a YouTube short is actually to create a new sequence. And this is a very important step because you want to make sure that you set up your sequence in the correct format. To create a new sequence, with the project panel selected, click on the new item icon in the bottom right hand corner and then click on Sequence. The new sequence dialog box will open. And what you'll want to do is, unfortunately, none of these presets really work. What you'll have to do is actually go into the Settings tab and then create your settings from here. The main things that you'll want to focus on is actually the frame size. What you'll want to do is actually change the frame size horizontal value to 1080. Then go over to the vertical size and change it to 1920. This basically flip-flops the orientation from horizontal to vertical. And this is very important. Otherwise, just make sure these other settings look the same on your screen as well. Then at the very bottom, if you find yourself creating a lot of shorts, you can actually click the Save Preset button to actually name and then save a preset for your YouTube shorts. So click OK, and you'll notice that once the custom presets load here, it'll show up under your custom presets folder. So you can click on it. Then at the very bottom, go to Sequence Name. You can name your short, and then click OK. Next, click and drag your footage to the timeline. And this is another important step here. You might see this box that says Clip Mismatch Warning. What you'll actually want to do is actually click on Keep Existing Settings. And the reason this is because I recorded in a horizontal format. But what we actually need to do is reframe this so that it actually fills the screen for a YouTube short. And there's actually a new effect that came out within the last few years inside Premiere Pro that you can actually use to automatically reframe your horizontal video to fit in a vertical video format. It's called Auto Reframe. And to navigate to that effect, what you'll want to do is navigate to your effects panel. If you don't see this, go up to Window Effects and type for Auto Reframe. It's located under the Transform folder. What you can do is double click on the effect and we'll actually apply it to the selected clip on your timeline here. And as we play forward, what you'll notice is that it automatically reframes my horizontal video to fit in a vertical video format. Now this may or may not work, really depending on how complex your video is. If it doesn't work for you, there's another way that you can actually do this. To do it manually, what you'll want to do is actually click on your clip. We'll go into our Effects Controls panel, scroll down, and we'll actually go to Auto Reframe. We'll delete that. But the parameters you can change are the scale. So you can obviously scale it up and then just align the position so that you're in the center of the frame, and just keyframe it by hitting stopwatches here throughout your footage to just be sure that you're aligned in the center for the entire frame. In this case, for me, I don't really move that much since I'm in the center of the frame, but depending on your clip, you might have to make adjustments. Now I'm going to go over some of the editing techniques that I use specifically for using YouTube Shorts. So one of the first things I'll do here, and this may or may not apply to you, is how to sync audio to your video track. So I record audio separately. What I'm going to do is actually click and drag this to my timeline under Audio Track 2. And to synchronize audio, it's pretty easy. Just marquee select these two clips in your timeline, right click on them, scroll down to Synchronize, be sure the audio button is selected and that track 1 selected, click OK. And what Premiere Pro does, it actually analyzes the footage and it synchronizes the video clip audio and the audio file based on its waveforms. So now you can see it kind of shifted our clips over. And what we can do now is we can actually delete the audio from the video track. Since we don't need the on-camera audio anymore, what you can do to unlink the video and audio is hit Command or Control L on a PC to break the link between the audio and video. Then what you can do is actually click on this audio clip, hit the delete key, and then what I'll do next is actually trim my video file to match the same size or length as my audio clip, so they're the same length. And then what we can do is click on the audio file, hold down Option up arrow to move it to audio track 1. And then what you can do is marquee select these 2 clips, then hit Command or Control L to link those together. So now we have the audio with the video together and they're synchronized. The other thing I did is I recorded my screen, and to do this what I did is I actually clapped my hands and I just synced it to the visual of the waveform on my screen and also my hand clapping. Now specifically when it comes to editing for YouTube Shorts, your keyboard shortcuts Q, W, and Command or Control K are really going to come in handy. What I do Q for is to actually trim the start of my footage. So if I hit the Q button, it actually snaps to the beginning. I can click play.
Have you ever found yourself trying to keyframe individual audio clips on your timeline?
I can click stop, and to actually make a cut, what I can do is hit Command K. You'll notice it actually makes a cut there. Go forward, click Q again.
Well, there's actually a way where you can do this for the entire track.
You can also make a master cut on the timeline by holding down Shift and clicking with the razor tool selected. Just make sure that you have the razor tool selected and click on your clips, and that'll make a master cut between all your video files. Hit Q again to trim the beginning off.
To do that, go to the diamond inside the timeline panel, click on it, and then go to Track Keyframes Volume.
What I'm going to do at the very end is just hit stop and then hit W to actually trim the end in. Now what I'll do to finish this off is actually click on the front empty space and hit delete to ripple delete it to the front of the sequence. And now we have our completed YouTube short. And if you guys want to take your YouTube shorts to the next level, I highly recommend getting some type of video or music subscription such as Envato Elements. I personally use Envato Elements a lot in my videos, and what I really like about it, it's really just a one-stop shop for pretty much any creative asset. You can download a lot of great motion graphics, music, and sound effects, pretty much anything that you can think of they have. And what's nice is it's at an affordable price of just $16 a month. But do feel free to check them out in the link in the video description below. So one of the cool features inside Premiere Pro is that you can actually automatically transcribe and create captions inside Premiere Pro. But one new feature that came out in 2023 is that now you can actually convert them to graphic files and actually animate them, which is very popular on YouTube, Shorts, or Reels, or TikTok. So to do that, I'm going to demonstrate how to create captions and animate them. To do that, what I'm going to do is go to Window, Text. And this will open up the transcription menus here. What you'll want to do is be sure you're under the Captions tab and click the Create Transcription button. Choose your language from the drop-down. I'm going to choose English for me. And if your audio is on a specific audio track, just be sure that you click on that audio track on that drop-down. Then click Transcribe. And what Premiere Pro will do is it will send your audio file to Adobe Sensei that analyzes your words. And now you can see that I actually transcribed our sequence. Now this isn't going to work 100% of the time, so if you need to make adjustments, just double click on this paragraph to open up the editor, and you can make adjustments by retyping the lines accordingly. But once you're done, what you'll want to do is hit the CC button, and this will actually create a caption track. For now, I'm going to leave it on subtitle default and click Create Captions. Now you can see if we zoom in here, we actually have a new captions track up above. But before you couldn't really animate these. Now you can in the latest version of Premiere Pro. To convert these caption graphics to normal graphics, what you can do is actually marquee select these graphics, then go up to the Graphics and Titles menu, and then click on the Upgrade Caption to Graphic. Now you can see that they're actually moved from the caption track down to the video track above all your other videos. And like I said, the big difference is now you can actually animate these inside the Effects Controls panel. So to show you how that works, what you can do is click on the first caption here, go inside Effects Controls, Under vector motion, what you can do is actually play with these parameters a little bit. Go to the beginning, click on a keyframe for position, go out a little bit, make a keyframe, go back to the original, just slide it over so it animates in. Then same at the end.
Have you ever found yourself trying to keyframe individual?
Now what you can do is actually copy this parameter and paste it to all your other caption graphics. To do that, just click on your clip, go up to Edit, Copy, then marquee select all your other graphics, then go up to Edit, Paste Attributes. Just be sure that vector motion is check marked, then click OK. Now when you play back your YouTube short, you'll notice that you have animated graphics now.
Audio clips on your timeline. Well, there's actually a way where you can do this for the entire track.
Pretty cool, right? Now let's take a look at how to actually export this video outside of Premiere Pro for YouTube Shorts. To export your video, go to the export mode at the top left. Next, what you'll want to do is go next to location, choose where you want to save it. In this case, I'm just saving it to my downloads folder for now. Then under preset, this is important. What you'll want to actually do is change this from high quality 1080p, if that is what's showing up for you, change it to match source adaptive high bitrate. Now I'll actually just match it to the sequence settings, the vertical format. Then under format, be sure that H.264 is selected. Now we'll have to make some changes under the video tab. To do that, click on the video tab. Just be sure that you double check the frame size, frame rate, field order, and aspect ratio. They should be marked here. But if you need to make changes, uncheck the box to the far right, and then uncheck the lock in the middle, and then you can make your adjustments. But these should be correct. From what you see on my screen, it should be the same as yours if you set up your sequence settings correctly. So I'm going to undo that by relocking and rechecking the box. But where we'll want to actually go is click on the More button. Then scroll down, and then what you'll want to do is click on Render Maximum Depth. And then scroll down, and then under Encoding Settings, next to Performance, what you'll want to do is make sure Hardware Encoding is selected if it's available. If it's not, then you'll have to choose Software Encoding. Hardware encoding will be just a little bit faster, although it's only a minute video for YouTube Shorts. It will just be a little quicker. Then next to profile, what you'll want to do is uncheck the box and change it to from main to high. And then next to level, uncheck the box and change it from 4.1 to 4.2. And then keep scrolling down. And now we get to the bitrate settings. What you can do for a higher quality export setting, you can change it to VBR 2 pass. And that will essentially do 2 passes of your video export. It will take a little bit longer, but since YouTube Shorts are only 60 seconds, I recommend doing this for Shorts because, the trade-off in time versus quality is better in this case since it's such a short video. Then you'll notice target bitrate settings and maximum bitrate settings. This really depends on your resolution and frame rates. I linked the article down below to YouTube's recommended export settings. Feel free to check that frequently if you're watching this video in the future. But in this case, if we go to that page as of today, we can scroll down and we'll notice that next to 1080, which is our export settings, it'll recommend 8 megabits per second for 30 frames per second. Or if you shoot in high frames per second, then you'll want to do maybe 12 or a little bit higher. And then specifically for iPhone users, if you shoot your shorts on an iPhone, by default, the video settings for iPhones are in high dynamic range. So you might want to change your bitrate a little bit higher to 10 or 15 if you're in a higher frame rate. So what do you make of all of this? What I would recommend is just changing the target bitrate to 8 and then change your maximum to 10. That way it variables a little bit in between that range and you should be good to go exporting with these settings. To cap this off, just go to the bottom right and just click export. So that's how to create YouTube Shorts inside Premiere Pro. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time.